Hey y'all, it is me, Stop, Drop, and Roll On, and I'm checking in. Yes. Um, it's time for me to get back to reality. My month-long celebration is now over, and it's September. So now Pierre and I are in anniversary mode. See, it kind of flows because like from the month of May all the way up till December, it's like big celebrations for my pod. Like Bubby's birthday is in May. My mom's birthday, Scranton, her birthday is in June, like at the very beginning of June. And at one point when my dad was alive, my mom's birthday was on one day, and my dad's birthday was the exact next day. And so that was always sweet and it was kind of different, you know. And then in June, we kind of get a break, but you know, like I said, Scranton and Dad's birthday was in June, so not really. I don't know why I said that. But then July, Sissy's birthday, then August, my birthday, and then me and Pierre. And then after we get through with September, then it's Pierre's birthday. Then we got Thanksgiving. Then we got Christmas. And it all starts over again for everybody else in January. My New Year starts in August. Y'all know that's just me doing what I do. But anywho, I had I honestly have to say that I had one of the best adult birthdays that I have had in a really, really long time. Um, hmm, it was just overwhelming, and but in a good way. You know, I got so many cards. I mean, they just filled the table up. I just had to put them somewhere, and people just. I mean, I got boxes and stuff. I mean, I just got stuff. I mean, and it's not the stuff that I'm even talking about. It's just the idea that somebody somewhere was thinking about me. You know, that they remembered me. And I will tell y'all, this is like a little thing of mine. I always think, and this might sound really crazy to some people because it's not something that you really have to like probably like think about. But I always think about when I'm not here anymore, um, who's gonna remember me or who's gonna think about me because I don't have children to talk about me from time to time or grandkids or anything like that. So you always wonder, you know, I won't be like sitting up pondering where I'm at. Like, is anybody down there on that ground thinking about me? I mean, anything like that. That's granted that I don't, you know, live to be in the rapture. But I'm just saying, and that is a goal of mine. I'm just saying. But anywho, um, I had a really, 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 I mean, I have cried. I have, Scranton really just got me. And I kind of go back and forth about sharing this, but this one, I, I got some really nice stuff, but you know how, for me, it's not so much the cost of stuff. It doesn't, it's the thought behind it a lot of times. And then it's the motive behind it. Motive and thought to me are two different things because they just are. I mean, to me, I mean, somebody else could argue with that, but this particular card eclipsed everything that I got. And I got some nice stuff. But this eclipsed everything. And it's not just because it's from my mother, but it's because of the way she did stuff and the way she does stuff now. Um, it's just something else. And when I got this, I had it at the beginning of the month. She had been sending me stuff all month long. And what ended up happening was there was one part in this box that she sent. And she clearly told me if you open this before your birthday, and my birthday is like at the tail end of August. So I have to go through almost the entire month to get to my particular actual date. And she said, if you open that before then, I'm gonna be really, really upset with you. And I was like, Mama, I won't. And so, y'all, what I did was I took that part of the gift that was in the box. She said everything else, it was like, Adam and Eve in the garden. You can touch everything else out here, but this right over here, do not touch that. But I didn't have the same stipulations or outcomes that they did, because I didn't mess with the thing. So I took it and I went and I put it in the roaster. Y'all know what roasters are, these big electric things that you like if you cooking big stuff. And the roaster is up on a metal like chef rack thing, and it's at the very top. And so the only time I fool with the roaster is when I need the roaster. Usually I have sight out of mind. So I put my gift down in there, and I told her I had put it away. I wasn't going to touch it until that day. And she said, now you going to be able to remember where you put it. And I was like, thanks, Mom, for that vote of confidence. And I told her, I said, yeah, I remember. I said, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't do anything against what you were doing. Because she sent me blouses and dresses. And, I mean, I got stuff I don't even know. I mean, she was just doing a lot. And then it was a bedspread that I like, but I would not buy for myself. And I wouldn't buy it because I thought that Pierre would think that it was like too kind of girlish or whatever. And she bought it and she said, put this on your bed and get up underneath it and go to sleep and be all right. And he'll be all right. And so I put it on while he was gone. And when he came back, he liked it. And I just couldn't, I was like that life cereal. Mikey, he likes it. Hey, Mikey, and it was kind of funny. And I just kind of like, oh my, if y'all don't know what life cereal is, I'm sorry, that means you're young. And if you don't know about the commercial, that do mean you're young, younger than me. So, that was just something, because I'm always learning something from my mom. And that is the way that it's supposed to be. And I'm so grateful to God. I'm just grateful to God. In the parent department, whether it was biological blood relative father, or non-biological stepdad, I honestly, God just really looked out for us. I had this card, and I cannot read everything in here because I just cannot. But it's one thing in here that she put in here, and it's something that our book club, we read The Help. We read The Help before The Help became a movie. And when it first came out, when the book first came out, I was in Barnes and Nobles. They had just put it out on the shelf. And I just kind of picked it up and I was like, The Help? What is this about? And so when I went and sat down and looked at a little, the foreword on it. And I said, this is going to be an interesting book. And so I bought myself one. I bought Springton one, and Sissy downloaded one on her Nook thing. And so the other people that were in the book club, they just decided they weren't gonna read it or whatever, but they they pick and choose. I'm gonna put it like that. And I can talk about them because they my relatives, okay then. So I'm not being flaky or nothing like that. They might think I am, but whatever. But anyway, I'm just saying the truth, okay? So they didn't read the book, so it was us three, and so we were just like, oh my goodness, what part are you on? I mean, and we had a really hard time having something to talk about when it was time for book discussion, because we had talked so much during the process of reading the book. But the thing that stood out to me the most, and I will say this because it was something that they highlighted in the movie, was the little girl whose mother just didn't love her hard. You know, her heart love her right. When Viola Davis was telling her on the regular, you are kind, you are smart, and she said, didn't say are, she said you is kind, you is smart, you is important. When me and Sissy would be having issues or something would be going on, we would quote that back and forth to each other. Well, I didn't know that my mother was showing up my sister with these same words. So we were all kind of doing a round robin on each other when we needed to. Like when stuff would happen or things would go on, and everybody has these problems and situations and stuff. It's just the way you deal with them. Some people deal with stuff and it looks effortless, I should say. And then there's other people that just kind of wallow, you know. And I have been on both sides of the fence, so I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying that it is best not to wallow. And it's best to have people in your corner, whether they be family or friends or, God is always there. But if we have people around us for a reason. And so everybody needs somebody. And so we didn't know that we were round robining. I just think that's not a word, but I just made it up and y'all get it. These words back and forth. So in this card that my mom sent me, and this is like the 9th card, she sent me like 9 cards. And I think she was covering for my sister because one day she called me and she said, what are all the names that Sissy called you? And she said, well, she called my sister's nickname. And I said, well, she called me Bobo. She called me Clown. She called me Maniac. She called me Buzz. Sometimes because I have an aunt that calls me Buzz Buzzard. Leave it alone. And then my nickname, then I have 2 middle names, and it's one that few people know, and she called me by a short variation of that name. And I just went on all these names that she had for me. And I got a card with a different card for each one of those names, and my mom had written something in it. And that meant so much to me, because it was kind of like I was getting a hug from the person that I was missing. So I was just like, oh man, she just thought of everything. And I mean, on the outside of every last one of those envelopes, it had something. But this card, like I said, it eclipsed them all. And I'm just gonna tell y'all, she told me, basically she wishes me happiness in my life, success, love, peace, and good times with those that you care most about. And then she hoped that this was the best birthday yet, and it actually was. But she wrote at the top, you is beautiful, you is kind, you is smart, you is important, you is loving, you is lovable, you is giving, you is forgiving, you is God's, and you is mine. And when I read that, and I went back and read it again, because she put a little snippet of how things were going, and she wrote in here, started the thing out with, hey girl, hey. And my mama don't even talk. She don't even know that's how people talk. She just kind of says stuff, and it ends up being something that's going on. Sometimes she's on top of stuff before I am. And then she put this in there, and so after a couple, it took me a whole 3/4 of a day to be able to even call her to let her know that I had looked at what she had bought me, because she had got me something else that I would not buy myself. I refused to buy myself a tablet. And that thing bought me a tablet. And I opened that up, and then I just fell on the couch, started crying again. It ain't that I couldn't get the tablet. I just refused to buy myself something like that. Don't ask. I don't even know. I do that a lot. So, anywho, this right here eclipsed that. And I told her, I said, thank you for what you sent me. I said, and I know why you sent it. And she told me why. But I told her, I said, Mama, this card right here, those things that you wrote, those 10 things that you wrote right there, it was game over right then. Because everybody needs to know that from my standpoint and the way I feel like everybody needs to know that for their own self. But you also need to hear it from a parent or somebody that you respect enough to pour into you. And oh my gosh, that was it. And then she sent me this handkerchief. This ain't no special prayer cloth, oilcloth, and all that. It's just a handkerchief that she probably got from the dollar store, because she will do stuff like that. But she wrote my favorite Bible verse on it, which is number 6:24 and 26. And this is her handwriting. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. That is my favorite Bible verse. Has been for a long time. Decades upon decades. She folded it up. Put it in this. Y'all, I'm blessed. And I know y'all tired of me getting on here and crying, but I can't help it. I can't. I'm going to stop here. I came on here to tell y'all what intention number 6 was. And intention number 6, in case you're wondering, is I'm walking to the store. Yeah, that's intention number 6. And I'll tell y'all a little bit more about walking in the store in another video, because this is way too long. It's longer than what I intended. But I'll give y'all a follow-up video that has intention number 6. The real thing. This I just say is this is the preview. So y'all have a good day. Toodles. Couldn't even get it out.